So Debbie, do we want to give folks a few more minutes or do we want to get started?
I think we can go ahead and get started.
Okay. All right, well, I just want to welcome everybody to the IFMA orientation. My name is Chris Morgan. I'm the Vice President of Membership for the next year and a half. We are going to start off with introductions. So if you could please share your name, your company, whether you're a guest or you've signed up as a new member, and also if you're a professional member or an associate member. And the difference between the two is a professional member works in a facility management field, and the associate members supply products or services to those facility managers. So I will just call on the four of you if that's okay. So we can just do it that way, and we'll start with the person on the top of my list. We'll let Debbie introduce herself first.
Hi, everybody. My name is Debbie. I am with CCS Facility Services. We are an associate member of IFMA here in Denver and also down in the Pikes Peak area. And we provide janitorial and engineering services across the metro area. And this is a whole new industry for me. I came from the veterinary industry. So I'm excited to meet new people and see how I can be a resource to everyone in this industry and on this chapter.
Great. Welcome.
Thank you.
Sue, you're next.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Sue Behrens, and I'm the facilities manager at Micron Technology in Longmont. I don't know what the difference between an associate member and a professional member is, but I'm one of them. And I'm just looking forward to getting lots of helpful tips from everyone. And I'm relatively new into the facilities field. I've only been doing it for about just under 5 years, but I really love it and hope that I can pick up some tips from you guys.
Great, thank you. Micah, am I pronouncing that correctly? Micah?
Doesn't look like her audio is connected.
Oh, okay. Then we'll go to Chad.
Hi there, my name is Chad Green with Bowen Studios, and we are general contractors based out of Denver, and we are getting a service and maintenance division up and running, where previously that has not been a division for us, but we're excited to get that going. So we are not members of IFMA, but are excited about the potential of becoming members. And I called and asked if it would be okay for me to hop on this meeting today to learn more about it. So thanks for allowing me to be a part.
Sure. You're welcome. And then Debbie Reese.
Hi, I'm Debbie Reese. I'm the chapter manager for the Denver chapter of IFMA. So anytime you have questions or you call like Chad did, I answer the phone and the emails and I can help you.
Great resource. Okay, so we are going to get started with just a basic overview of IFMA International. It was formed in 1980 and it is the largest recognized international association for facility managers. Last count was over 23,000 members. It's in 100 countries. We have 142 chapters. Overall, the square footage that our facility managers manage is 78 billion square feet, and they spend 526 billion annually. So with IFMA International, some of the benefits are learning, connecting, and advancing your career. So there's professional advancement, there's educational and credentialing opportunities, and I'll go over the four main ones in one of the next slides that we have. There's worldwide networking, there's IFMA Engage, which is a great wealth of information, as is the Knowledge Library. We have two main conferences every year. The one in the spring is Facility Fusion, and the one in the fall is World Workplace. So World Workplace this year is at the end of October. I think it's October 25th, and it is in Kissimmee, Florida. So It's at the Gaylord Palms in Kissimmee. So they're doing it all in one location. So everything's going to be centralized, so nobody has to really travel anywhere as long as they stay at that hotel. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. They had to cancel our event last year due to COVID. So we're all looking forward to getting together down in Florida. So if you have an opportunity to go, it's a great thing to take place and be a part of.
Chris, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Okay, is that any better?
that's wonderful.
Okay, perfect. So did you need me to repeat anything?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, nothing at all? Okay. So they have professional advancement within the international organization, and we'll go over those 4 certifications here in just a few minutes. And then there's worldwide networking, which is the IFMA Engage, the Knowledge Library, and then the 2 main conferences that we have, Facility Fusion and World Workplace. And World Workplace is this fall in Kissimmee, Florida, and it's the last week of October. So if you have an opportunity to attend that, it's a lot of fun, and you get to meet great people, network, and go to a lot of interesting sessions that they have, training sessions that they have, and roundtables. Okay. And then they also have some publications, magazines, newsletters. I think all of that is now online, and they send you links or send it through email, or you can access it through the main website. So for our Denver chapter, we were founded in 1982, 2 years after the international chapter. We are the 5th largest chapter. We keep rising in the largest chapter category. Just not too long ago, we were 7th and we bumped up to 5th, so we're pretty proud of that. We currently have approximately 350 members, and we're trying to grow our membership as much as we possibly can. And our general split is 30% associate, which is the people that provide the products and services to facility managers. They're in sales, services, consulting, that type of field. And then 70% professional, which are the facility managers that are managing a facility on a daily basis. And we feel that's a pretty good split for us as far as the organization goes. So what do you get for your membership? So the chapter has several events that are included in your membership, and they range from educational lunches, community service, networking events, the holiday party, the summer party, the Rockies event. Those are all included in your membership fee. The golf trip and the ski trip, those have an additional fee associated with them if that's something that you wanted to take part in. And I'll go over a list of all of our upcoming events here in a minute, so you have an idea of what's coming up and what you can participate in, because we really have a pretty full calendar of things to do. We have local educational and credentialing opportunities. We are blessed to have 7 or 8 folks who are accredited instructors through IFMA. So we are able to have in-person trainings with our team and our members, which is really great because we're able to offer that service to our members. We do educational lunches. We do Nosh and Nose. That's where we have somebody present and we bring lunch in. We do facility tours, and we have one coming up next week, which I'll talk about. And then again, like our courses that are local. And then we have a monthly newsletter that one of our members heads and sends out with any kind of updates and information that you may need about our chapter. So the 4 main education and credentialing areas are essentials for facility management. That one would probably be for somebody who's not very familiar with facility management and just needed to kind of, go in the shallow end and learn more about it. The FMP is a credential. It's facility management professional. And once you have that, you have that for life. You don't have to do any kind of continuing education for that. Same with the sustainability facility professional. Again, once you have that one, you've got it for life. There's no follow-up on that. And then we have the certified facility manager, which is the CFM. And that one is the one that requires the continuing education to keep that up to date. And then we have several committees that we volunteer on. I am, as the membership vice president, I am on the membership committee, the education committee, and then I'm also on the newsletter committee with Mayor Nan. So I take part in 3 of them. It's a really great opportunity for you guys to get involved, see what's going on. I know that sponsorship is looking for people. Debbie can probably help me out and let me know who else is looking for people that need volunteers on these committees. But there's so many opportunities for you to be a part of IFMA and in different ways. So it just depends on how you want to give back. If you want to give back, it's completely volunteer.
Yeah, we have lots of committees, as Chris said. So right now we're looking for support with our social media and PR. So if you're great at communications and you want to help send out notices on upcoming events or news, that kind of stuff, we could certainly use your help there. Advocacy is also another great opportunity to, talk to folks at the downtown Capitol and try and get policies pushed through. And, we used to have a big advocacy day locally. We haven't done that in a number of years, but we do an advocacy day in September through IFMA International at actually downtown in DC. So if you're interested in that, let me know and I can connect you to Dennis Uppel, our advocacy chair.
Thank you. And so then some questions, why IFMA? Local networking, we have a wide range of members in different areas and different companies. And so if you're looking for help with something, you can reach out and somebody has probably gone through that, knows somebody who can help. It's a great tool for you to have to be able to get help when you need it. We offer the professional development through the education opportunities that we have and the trainings that we do. National resources and connections. So it's not just a Colorado thing. You would have access worldwide, basically. We're really good about putting employment opportunities up on the website. So if you're looking for a job or you need to fill a job, it's a really great place to utilize to get good quality candidates because our IFMA folks are top notch. And it also increases efficiency and productivity for the facility management team. So my advice to you guys as members or potential members is to get involved. So to participate in as much as you possibly can, attend the lunches, go to all of the social events, the facility tours. It's really, you're going to meet a lot of really great people and you're going to get to participate in some really interesting events that not everybody gets to do. We've done some tours, behind the scenes tours of the zoo, the aquarium, the art museum. We've really gotten to see quite a few things that a lot of people don't get to see on a regular basis. So it's really interesting. And then community service. You get to feel good because you get to give back a little bit, which is great. And then before we do any takeaways, I'm going to do our upcoming events really quick. So I'm going to go through them pretty fast. So if anybody needs to stop me or to ask questions, let me know because we've got a huge list of upcoming events. July 13th, which is next week, we have an outdoor hike. They try to do one every month, try and get everybody together or a little group together to go on a short hike, and then they do a tailgating or a happy hour afterwards. We have a Nosh and Know on July 15th. It's the first of a 3-part series on sustainability. We have a facility tour and happy hour on July 22nd, and it's going to be of the Rev 360 building in the Rhino area. We have our golf tournament, which is open now if anybody's interested in registering on August 17th. Another Nosh and Know August 26th. We have an FM roundtable discussion on September 9th. Our next membership lunch at Maggiano's at DTC is September 14th. September Nosh and Know. We have a Rockies game and happy hour on September 22nd. So that will be opening up soon. I know that you have to register for that before we buy the tickets so we know how many tickets to purchase. So if you're interested in that, that's going to be a lot of fun. Our next membership luncheon after that is November 9th. And again, it's at Maggiano's at the Tech Center. And then we have our Holiday Gala Awards and Silent Auction on December 2nd. And that's going to be at the Denver Natural Museum of Science, Denver Museum of Nature and Science, sorry. So that's going to be at that one. So that's going to be a lot of fun. They always go all out on our holiday event. So it's going to be, should be pretty good. And then for community service, we have school supply drive going on right now. Their goal is to fill 500 backpacks. And there is a list of items if you're interested in donating on Amazon to fill those backpacks for kids in need for the school season. And then we do a Junior Diabetes Research Fund walk on November 6th. In normal years, we've done volunteer things at Habitat for Humanity. We've cooked breakfast for Ronald McDonald House, and we do the cookie distribution for the Girl Scouts. We didn't do any of that last year, and I don't think we've done much of it this year just because we're just trying to get back to normal. So I'm sure everybody understands that. But I'm sure we're going to pick that up again next year and start doing a little bit more out and about. And then our certification trainings that we have the CFM in-person 3-day course starting next week. So if anybody's interested in jumping in head first and going for their CFM, that is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Essentials of FM is a 4-day course in person, and that starts July 10th. So it's the 10th and 11th and the 24th and 25th. And then we have FMP training both in virtual and in-person sessions now through November. So that's a lot to take away, but we have a really active chapter and we have a lot going on. And if you wanted to review any of that, you can go to ifmadenver.org and go to the calendar, the events calendar, and all of it. Debbie has it all updated, and it's all right there for you to see on the calendar to see how packed we have everything. So our takeaways is you can download the IFMA Engage app onto your phone, and that's going to give you access to all kinds of information. You can always go to the Denver chapter website, which is ifmadenver.org. Debbie keeps that again updated, so there's information about everything, there. If you need any additional assistance, you can always email info@ifmadenver.org, or you can email me directly. And I think you guys have my email address from the invite that I sent out. And then again, the events calendar that I talked about. And then just as a side note, we do require RSVPs for all events because that way we know how much to order for food and tickets and whatnot. So it's just a courtesy so Debbie knows how much to spend. Okay, and now I'll open it up to you guys if you have any questions, and we'll see if I can answer them.
Chris, real quick, did you want to go through what Engage really is? I don't think people might know what that meant.
Will you go through Engage?
Sure. So International offers Engage. It's an online platform for you to find information, white papers, and connect with your peers. So as Chris mentioned, we have 350, 400 members locally. Well, your reach is actually greater than that. It's actually 23,000 worldwide. So through Engage, you can network and meet folks all across the world, as well as find information on white papers, on how to get your facility back to running after COVID. You can find cleaning supply people. You can, find an industry membership database of, anybody, anywhere that is a part of IFMA. We also have communities and committee information listed there. So if you're trying to, maybe you're a chapter leader and you want to connect with other chapter leaders, maybe in San Diego or in China, wherever, there's lots of ways to connect through the different listings in Engage. And people can respond via email or they can respond in that app. So you can download it to your phone or you can just use it on your computer. It's a great way to network.
So much better than what I could have done. Thank you. Do you guys have any questions for us?
I have a question. This is Chad with Bowen Studios. Like I said, we're general contractors looking to get our maintenance and service division up and running. Do you guys feel like this could be a good fit? I mean, obviously in terms of like educational material, it would be a great fit. But when it comes to networking and things like that, do you guys feel like it's a good fit for companies like us, or is it more designed for actual facilities maintenance heads that are working for the landlord, or the building owner, or whatnot?
No, absolutely. I think it would be a good fit. And I actually have a couple of documents that I can send out to you. One of them is 10 reasons to join IFMA Denver, and the other one is the value of it. So I can send that out to you if you'd like. But no, absolutely, you would be a great fit for the organization.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of vendors similar.
Okay.
Anything else?
Well, I have another one.
Okay.
I'm bringing all the questions today, I guess. So does the membership is that like for your company, where like if there were like 2 or 3 of us that wanted to be involved, or do you pay a separate membership for each person in the company that would be involved? Like I would want to have some involvement, and then there's another gentleman that I would want to have probably equal involvement, or if not more.
So
How does
there
that
are individual memberships. So it really depends. And then there's also a sponsorship opportunity for your company. So if your company wanted to sponsor, they get certain things from it. So it just really depends on what's going to be a better fit for you. And we can send you that information as well.
Okay.
So an individual membership, you would get all of the things that we talked about. But as a sponsor, the company would get opportunities to advertise and sponsor events and get their name out there a little bit more. And,
Okay,
and
cool.
they get a membership with sponsorship.
Say that again.
I was asking Debbie if you would get a membership with sponsorship. I can't remember.
No,
No, it's
they're
just
separate.
okay. So then if members would have to join individually, and then there's a sponsorship opportunity for the organization.
Okay.
I don't have a question, but I have a comment. I did start taking that core bunch of classes.
The essentials of FM.
Yep, that's
Uh-huh.
the one. And I would highly recommend that to anybody that's relatively new in the facilities field. I'm finding it extremely helpful.
Good to hear. Yeah, I think they just came out and they just sent us an email about that, about making that available to everybody, to all members. So, great. Anybody else? Rolla?
Yeah, hi, I'm Raul Stark. I didn't get a chance to introduce myself earlier, but I'm with Dynamic Controls. We're building automation, HVAC controls contractor here in Denver. But I am interested in getting involved. Debbie, do I just reach out to you? And the PR sounded interesting. What are the duties that come with that normally?
So for PR right now, that really means mostly social media and placing ads in the Denver Business Journal or the CREJ, that kind of stuff. So I would connect you with our PR chair, Sarah Edison, and she will help get you situated on what the next things are that she needs help with. But generally, it's about 3 to 5 hours a month that you would help support the chapter with our communications.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sure she would welcome the help.
Okay. Yeah, no.
What was the government committee? What's that one about?
So the advocacy committee is really kind of just a way to get the Denver area situated with knowing what rules and regulations are happening. Like there's the big green initiative in Denver. So trying to create policies that support the facility manager and don't hinder your work is really what IFMA tries to strive towards. We are not a what's the word? Help me out. What is it called? We don't lobby, but we can support initiatives. That's what I'm trying to say. So we want to meet the the congressmen or the representatives that serve our state and help support the initiatives that support the buildings.
Okay, and wasn't there another one too that was maybe it was like government buildings or something, government affairs?
Yeah, government affairs is advocacy. It's the same
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Thank you.
But you can join any or all of the committees. We don't say no, it's full. Like membership, I think, is our largest committee. How many people do you have, Chris?
9 or 10.
Yeah. Our programs committee is getting kind of big too. I think we've got 5 or 6 now. We've got a golf tournament committee of 3 or 4 people now, and that's kind of more of a task force because it's really only once a year. So you don't meet every month, say like membership does, but you do gear up in the summer to get towards that golf tournament event. So you only have, maybe time in the summer, that would be a great one to join. Then we also have our community service committee, which is pretty big too. And that, as Chris mentioned, is usually pretty active all year long. So in a normal year, you would have stuff to do all year long. But right now it's just gearing up for that school supply drive. And then in the fall, we'll have a walk with the JDRF group. And so we'll have an IFMA team. So you can think it's a 5K or something like that. I don't know. We have a banner that we walk with, and we all just get out there and get healthy for the day. So lots of opportunities to get involved.
And I think that's at Jefferson County Fairgrounds.
Yes.
Yeah. And then as far as the World Workplace goes in October, they are accepting scholarship applications right now. So if it's something that you think that you're interested in attending, but you may not have funding from your company, apply for a scholarship. That's, you never know. I mean, I don't know. We don't really get a lot of people applying for them. I don't know why. So, if it's something that you're interested in, definitely take advantage of it. And that's on the, go ahead. So I'm sorry, Debbie.
Oh, I was just going to say, we also have scholarships for the other credentialing programs. So if you're, say, new to the industry and you wanted to take the essentials course like Sue is, then that's a great course that we offer that we could give you a scholarship for, or for the FMP or the SFP. There's lots of ways to get scholarships that we offer, and people don't really take advantage of them mostly.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Chad? I saw it pop up.
You see me pushing into the screen. Then the membership, there's 2 separate fees for membership, right? You have like the IFMA membership, and then you have the local chapter dues.
Yeah, the international, I believe, is $219. And they have you be part of a local chapter for your first year, and it's required. And I want to say it's $314. Debbie, am I right?
It's $355 for the chapter dues plus the $219, so $574 total.
Okay.
But the chapter dues are really worth it. I mean, we do so much and offer so many benefits to members. It's really a bargain, especially compared to other chapters in the nation.
I think Scott might have had a question. We can't hear you. You can use your chat feature if that's easier for you. I think he's trying to say my headphones aren't working. Yep. There's a little chat box there on the bottom, and then you can type in it. You can just call me later if you have more questions. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Where is the scholarship info? So I will show my screen if that's okay, Chris.
Yep, I'm out.
So this is the IFMA website. Can you see my screen? Okay. So under education here at the top, this is where all of our credentialing programs are listed, as well as our scholarship page. So just go down to scholarship. And the first one that pops up is the one for World Workplace. And then we also down here, if you wanted to apply for a scholarship for one of the programs, this is where you would click for that. And you just fill out the form, which goes to me, and then we let you know if you've won. And I will point out, since I'm on the website right now, once you're a member, this is where you go to log in as a member, and then it gives you access to the back end, which has all of our information on membership directory, the newsletter, past photos. If you needed to update your member information, you could click here. There's the directory here, and you can sort it by membership category. So as a facility manager, perhaps you needed somebody with asphalt experience that can fix your parking lot. You would just select, and as you can see, there's quite a few. You would just select that, and then whatever one you wanted would pop up here on the other side. As well as this also has a link to the scholarship information, a link to headquarters. And since we were talking about Engage, when you log in, there's tools here as well. So this is where the Engage group is listed, and you can sign in and see all the information for the latest discussion posts there. I'll stop sharing my screen.
Debbie, do you have on the website anywhere a list of the committees and kind of a description and who's involved in each committee?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me share my screen again. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't get you soon enough.
Oh, you're fine. Okay, so under the about, we have the list of who we are, our officers, and then the third one is our committee listing.
Okay.
And this is where all the committee chairs are listed. We're working on changing this so that each committee actually has their own page. So if you're interested in education, you can contact BMAL. If you're interested in membership, you could talk to Crystals or Chris. There's lots of them, the scholarships, the foundation, programs, golf, lots of it. So you just connect with whoever you're interested in.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure. Anything else?
No, doesn't look like it. We want to thank you guys for joining us today. Hopefully you learned a little bit about your benefits of your membership. And Chad, hopefully we've convinced you guys to join. We'd really love to have you. So and if you have any questions, like I said, just reach out to Debbie or I, or we're happy to either answer it for you. And if we don't know the answer, we'll get you to the person who does. So thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks. Have a
Nice
great
meeting you
day.
all.